Well, hello, everybody. It is the DNA show. Little firelight action there for the background because it is that holly jolly Christmas.
It's getting there. It is
Special
getting there.
time of year. And I bought myself an early Christmas present. If you watch The Professionals a few weeks ago, Billy, as we know, is a huge fan of The Rocketeer, and so am I. And if you have taste, you are too. Dennis, on the other hand, I don't even think has seen the movie.
I've seen the movie.
Oh, finally, he's seen the movie.
I've seen that more than you have seen E.T.
Why? Don't waste my time with garbage. Anyhow, so I showed Billy because he was talking about the artist edition. This was one of IDW's first ones. He's like, oh, that thing's probably so expensive, but I definitely want to get it at some point. So I went, looked on eBay. A guy had it for like $98. Buy it now, free shipping. So I showed Billy and he was like, oh, send me the link. So I sent him the link. And nothing happened. This was the week before Thanksgiving because on Black Friday, because I looked at this and put it on a watch list, I got an email message saying that this was on Black Friday, half off. It was $50, free shipping. Merry Christmas to me. So I haven't had a chance to look through it yet, but I plan to very soon.
I was going to say, just a note, we've got a Rumble technical glitch, and so it is not streaming live on Rumble. We just got the notification. So we will be uploading that later. It'll be tonight.
Is it a technical glitch or is it a Dennis glitch?
It's a technical glitch.
Dennis didn't read the instructions.
No. You have to learn and try stuff out. You notice Andy doesn't do any of that. But
what are you talking
needless
about?
to say, you get 24 hours. So it will be loaded on Rumble tonight. So you guys will just have to watch it later. But it will be fully loaded on there.
But wait, if they're watching us now and you're telling them to watch it later on Rumble, how are they going to? They're going to be like, but I'm watching it now. And then
they're not watching it on Rumble now. But it's not now. It's not here
but
now.
But the people that watch it on Rumble are just sitting there going, there must not be a DNA show at 3:00 today. Damn it.
But it will show up.
Then when it's up later,
it will pop up into their thing. I'm just letting you guys know because some of you guys like Rumble. Sometimes you're watching it on X.
Just saying. All right, let's talk about football. Oh, look at Joe. The Niners finally get another win, and now they're one game ahead of the Cowboys, and he's blowing smoke like the Niners have any chance of going to the big game. It's not happening. They're still trying to make the playoffs. It's a good thing your whole division kind of sucks. And I think the best team in the division has 7 wins. So,
great Spaceballs reference. Just going to say that was actually going through my head along with, I did see you posted up here. Dennis wants wingies.
He does want wingies. And leg kick, Paulus Arts, Joe, I said hi. Randy Howell.
He's already popping links like a madman.
Torchbearer, he is. Amish Ninja, Stephen De La Vega, Jim Cox. I am Mr. Pink. Leg kick. Hello. Marcus in the house. Lots of you guys in the house. So thank you for joining us. It is fantasy football catch-up time for the week. Dennis and I are in a league together. So is my daughter, my wife, his brother, his wife, his sister-in-law, his best friend. Bart Sears is in the league, but last week was the week where you saw if you made the playoffs. 12 teams entered, 8 teams are left for the playoffs, and let's just say somebody at this table, season is over, and it's not mine. Suck on that, bitch. What's it feel like sitting on the bench? You can be my water boy this weekend.
I have decided this was a really rough season. I think I finished it with 5 losses in a row. Ooh. Everybody had their best game when they played me. And I played the last guy in the league, Sunday Slackers, who, of course, got 128 points. The guy who averages like 50 pulls out this huge win. So I'm sitting on the sideline, and then it was, you heard last week, my wife versus Bart Sears, and Bart and I are sitting there on the sideline. So I have decided to officially change my team name from the Charlotte Trekkers. Next year, I feel like a loser. They will be called the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys, and I'll never have to win another game.
I knew it. That joke was so obvious, it's not even funny. It's like a big ass sign just flashing going.
And the entire viewers are laughing because they also knew it was coming.
Well,
because
guys,
not even the 49ers are that bad.
In the first week of the playoffs happening this weekend, I'm going head to head against my wife. One of us will be advancing to the next week of the playoffs, and one of us won't. And I did tell my wife, and this was 100% legit serious, if I'm going to lose, I'd rather it be to you than anybody else in this league. So there you go. If I end up getting bounced out, at least I can say I made it.
I will be rooting for Helen all weekend.
She's already projected at higher points, so you never know.
You never know. Once you're in, you're in. So
you know what
now it's up to whoever wins.
The fact that your wife got that stinking tie the first week of the year.
I told you that tie is always important. My buddy Amish Ninja, who's in there, we were always talking. We usually tie every year. This is the first time in a while we have not had a tie. And usually that tie is crucial in the rankings. And it made all the difference. It made the difference between her being in and out.
That is so sad. So sad. You should be rooting for her this weekend too.
Oh, I am definitely rooting for her.
You're rooting for her.
She's going to take it all now. She's going to come in as low seed and be like the New York Giants of old and just march right up through the Super Bowl.
There you go. Well, we'll see if that happens. Without further ado, we will bring on our guest for the day. He's been on the show before. He's coming back because he's got the next issue of his book live. It's Paul. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back, Paul.
Happy to be here.
And I'll pronounce it wrong. Project
Naosis.
I will never say it wrong again. Naosis. That's all it took was hearing it. Naosis.
Yeah, super excited. Great start to our campaign. We got about 11 days left. It's my 9th Kickstarter and super stoked. So
nice. Very cool. Very cool. Are you able to share it or should we?
Oh, okay. You want me to share right now? Cool.
Yeah, go ahead. Because we'll share it. We'll talk about it. Then we'll pull it down and talk about some fun stuff. And then we'll bring it back up and hit it again.
All right. You see
Andy, did you catch Bart Sears on Dave? He was just telling me before the stream started that Bart was on there. I didn't see it, but he got to.
Yeah, basically. So what happened was Monday night, usually do the Kings on Ethan's channel. And it didn't start. And Shane started it. And he started about 8:45. And we usually start around 7. So I was in my house, had dinner, waiting, to see when we were going to start. And by the time 8:45 rolled around and it started, I was in my nice big comfy chair.
Nice.
Watching the Cowboys, predicting a loss, which they came through for me. But I was comfy and I was watching the Dave Finch Bart live stream. They were drawing Captain Adam, one of my favorites. And I was like, I'm nice. I'm just going to stay down here. Plus my daughter, she likes to watch football with me, but she really likes to watch it when it's either my team or her team playing together. And she was like, "You're going to stay in, aren't you? You're going to stay in, aren't you?" And I was like, yeah, I'll stay here. So that's what I did. So,
yeah. And, we know Paul, because you've been on before, you were a Cowboys fan. But after several years of going to CA, Cowboys Anonymous, you kicked that addiction and pretty much got out of watching the NFL, right?
Yeah, I'm finished with the NFL. I was a big Cowboys fan. I would watch all the time. I really got in around that Drew Bledsoe time, and then Tony Romo was my guy. And then after that, I'm out.
Tony Romo, best part of the Cowboys history.
Yeah, Romo was good. And it's funny, we were at the Hallmark store over the weekend. And my daughter and I, and the woman in line behind us had a Detroit Lions shirt on. And then the guy behind her had a cowboy shirt. So we started talking. And the woman behind us, she was young, in her 30s, it looked like. Every year, her and her husband drive up to Detroit for the game on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it's sick.
Every year they've been doing that. I don't know. It sounded like probably at least a good 10 years they've been doing it. So I was like, oh, that's really cool. And now you've got a great season, and I'm hoping Detroit goes all the way. I'm hoping Buffalo goes all the way, and it's a Buffalo-Detroit Super Bowl. That is what I want to see.
Yeah, I'm out of the loop with everything, so I don't know who's who, what's what. I saw the sports related. I saw that big baseball deal going on, that $750 million, which is crazy.
It is a weird season. The Lions are great, and the Cowboys are. Oh yeah, no, that's right. Cowboys are not, but Lions are great. So it really is. It's almost like pigs are flying this year. Hell is frozen over. Lions look the best that I'm going to say they've ever looked, and I go back all the way to the 70s watching them.
Are they down one game or two? Like, have they lost one or two?
One.
Just one. That's why.
Vikings are in second place with 2 losses.
Can you believe that? In the NFC, that's the North.
That's the North.
NFC North. Usually the Packers are on top. You got the Lions at 12-1 and the Vikings at 11-2.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yep.
That is insane.
Yeah, and Packers also in the bubble yet. They're still in the playoffs at 9-4. 4, and they're all the way at the bottom. Randy, only hockey matters in winter. Randy, it's a good thing you are really good at popping links and stuff, because that seems like mumbo jumbo garbage you just wrote right there.
I can't even read it. And legit, it's like just a bunch of, it's like the Charlie Brown teacher.
It's hieroglyphics.
Look, let's be real, Dennis. Come Super Bowl, I can already see the party at Dak's house in Texas where he invites Jordan and he invites Brock, and they all get together at his house to watch the Super Bowl together.
Yeah, like they do every year.
Yeah.
Dak,
yeah,
Brock, and Jordan Love every year.
Well, you mean Jordan Love? I thought you meant Michael Jordan.
No, Jordan Love.
Oh, see, when you said Jordan,
no.
I'm thinking the GOAT. I'm just saying I don't go to, because I don't know if they know each other.
No. They will. Those 3 guys will watch it together next year. Have some nachos and good stuff. All right, let's look at Project Naosis. I know I just said it wrong. That's okay.
It's all good. You can say it however you like, long as you back today. We are ready for you.
Naosis.
So Project Naosis episode 5. This is my 9th Kickstarter. This is my 9th book. I've done 9 Kickstarters now and 2 Indiegogos, all fulfilled. It's a 24-page superhero sci-fi ongoing comic series with no multiverse or do-overs for lovers of X-Men, Mortal Kombat, and Invincible. We just hit funding yesterday at 3,500. So now everything on top is just gravy, and we're trying to make it our biggest campaign yet. Our biggest first day launch was $900, and this one we did $1,732 on the first day. So we're seeing some improvement. We're already beating backer counts as well for single issues from all of our campaigns.
Oh, cool.
So in 2090, a speedster named Crimson Pain, this evil guy right here, rises up and kills off all the superheroes in existence. So the government makes this super enhanced team called Project Naosis to fight off the rebellion. Super action-packed, no multiverse or do-overs. And I'm the writer and publisher on this series, and I have amazing artists that work with me on every single issue. And on this issue, it's all the artwork like you see here. It's Samuel Marquise as the lines and inks, and then the colorist is Prasad Rao. They've been with me for Project Naosis episode 2. So it's been pretty flowing with them, and we've been having a good time making it.
And I can tell you guys, I've backed it. I met Paul. If you saw the first time he was on over the summer, we met in Garden State. That's when Dennis was on one of his myriad of vacations this past year. So he wasn't there to meet Paul. And got a couple books there. And then, backed number 4. And we'll back this. I'm trying to remember. I got to check. I either have or I need to, but I plan to. And that's what matters. And it's good stuff. The art, the writing, you do a great job with the writing. It has a nice traditional, fun superhero flavor. The artwork is really nice. It holds right up there with anything coming out of, Marvel and DC. So skip those guys, save gas from going to the store, and back this.
Yeah, and we do pretty quick fulfillment. We do it usually in like 1 to 2 months. This one I'm just being gracious and saying 3. We have 90% of the book done. Literally, the only thing I have to do is really letter the book. So these are all interior pages from the book. So basically, volume 1 was complete. That takes place with episodes 0, 1, 2, and 3. And then now we're on volume 2 with our latest campaign was episode 4. And our newest one right now is episode 5. So we're taking a big turn. Crimson Pain, our main supervillain, has never come face to face with our main heroes. And every time Crimson Pain comes across anybody, it ends in horror with a brutal fatality or millions of people dying. So after all these issues, we finally get a build up for their first interaction together. And I'm super hyped about it without any spoilers.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of pew-pews here. We're going to have a lot of fun with that. Double page splash. This is going to look sick. And then tons of new characters.
The digital tier shipping to Canada is getting crazy, dude. We know.
You can't ship anything up there right now. I hope by the time we start shipping Kor-Drath, that's resolved.
Yeah, I mean, you guys, the post office stuff. I mean, shipping worldwide is really tough. So good thing you got a digital tier because that might be
because I was getting hammered with the overseas ones. Like I was like, okay, let me do 25, and then now it's 40, and then it's just like I put 50 on this just to be safe, because sometimes even on my website people order and it's like $70 if it's out. It's like crazy. So it's like I don't know how they have the monopoly on that. I probably is just so we can all buy more Amazon shit, but it's probably that way.
It is so ridiculous because, like you said, you try to plan the stuff out when you're setting up your reward tiers and stuff, and we looked and we're like, okay, we'll have to do a little increase in the States because we knew it was going to go up. It always does. So we did a little one, but overseas, with like what you said, if that's true, the 40, we're going to be eating it on everybody we ship to overseas, because I know we didn't charge that. Because
I was eating
just
a
typing
lot.
that in is like, oh, I can't. Oh,
yeah. And they want it, they want to consume it. So I really do try to make it as simple as to get as possible. Like our digital tier is $5 and our regular single issues are only $10 each. Right. So, and of course shipping's $10 because even local now it's like insane. Like when I first started doing this, it was like $3. Now it's like $5.60 just for the shipping. It's like nuts.
Yep.
But awesome covers. We got 3 covers on this. Very simple. Our main cover always by our interior art team. So Sammy Marquis, Prasad Rao doing this epic cover of Crimson Pain fighting Lithium and Omega. Our cover B is by Vken Marion. He did a super sick cover. I'm a big video game guy, so like I take a lot of inspirations from video games. And this is my chance of making something cool with the video games. We got the character layout, who the characters are selected. And this came out really cool.
It did.
And then we have a Kickstarter exclusive cover. This is a 200 copies printed. We're going to have no trade dress on it. It's by Corey Hampshire and Prasad Rao. Corey did Project Naosis episode 0 for us. And then he did this sick cover for this as well. And Prasad killed it on the colors with all this extra stuff he put in there. So rewards, real simple, $5, digital tier. You get the whole book sent right to your email. Easiest thing if you're looking to join us. If you want to get the single issues, it's $10 each. So you can do our cover A for $10. Cover B, same thing, $10. Our Kickstarter exclusive, $20. If you want to get all the digital of Project Naosis, it's about 174 interior pages. You would get the volume 1, and then you get our 2 newest issues from the volume, only $25. So if you're a big digital reader and you want to check us out, I highly recommend. If you're looking to get all 3 covers, $40. You get all 3 covers from this campaign.
Nice.
Catch up tier, really simple. Our trade paperbacks, they retail for $50 on my website, and usually that's what I always sell them at conventions for. So you're getting the trade paperback that's already $50, and you're getting our 2 newest issues as well with it. So you'll get episode 4 and episode 5. Basically, episode 4 and 5 is like a great hopping on point. So if you ended up saying, hey, where should I start if I'm not trying to throw too much in, you can easily get episode 5 and grab episode 4. I purposely will make all my new volumes as like a new entry point for new readers and still continue that continuity of what we're doing.
Cool. That was actually going to be one of my questions. You know, as you get up there, do they have to have everything previous, or can they just hop in?
Yeah, so I recommend if this is your first time ever grabbing anything from us, grab, of course, episode 5. That's our new one. And then you can add on episode 4, because episode 4, it reintroduces you to a lot of things in different aspects of Project Naosis, the political side of things, and what's really going on. Because basically in volume 1, this was a super classified unit. And now for volume 2, since there was this crazy fight in the middle of the city, the whole world thinks now superheroes exist. And the catch is, like, they're really not superheroes. You know, these are guys that are sent out to murder and kill off all these supervillains. So it's just like the double-edged sword of, like, the world now sees these people as heroes, but they're really soldiers doing godforsaken stuff to end this war. So it's a cool thing that we're working with. So that would be what I recommend. But if you say, hey, I got it all, boom, you can grab everything.
Nice.
And then $80 is everything we have. So on top of the trade paperback and our 2 newest issues, we also have a one-shot just on our supervillain, and I have 2 prequel books. Just more information that if you guys want to dive into. We have the original artwork as well from that cover, from cover B. It's $3K. Any big ballers out there, check that one out. And then add-ons are really simple too. I didn't place all the add-ons that were on here, but like I said, we have our one-shot on our supervillain, our prequel issues, our first 2 issues of that. You can add on that episode 4 with that sick fatality cover, the trade paperbacks, and we also have our other 2 trade paperback variants that I only keep a small print run of. So that's why there's only a limited amount on there. And then, yeah, that's pretty much of what we got here. If you want a trading card too, you can add one of those on. We're only putting 25 on for the campaign. These are some exclusives I had from previous campaigns. And like I said, where do you start? You can easily get episode 5 and add episode 4. If we manage to hit a stretch goal, 8K is really where we profit. Like, of course, I put the goal at 3,500, but I fund all these things personally. And that's why we get to there. And I know, where we're at. So, like, we're, of course, going to build up to that. But really, 8K is where, we're in that profit zone. So that's when we'll start doing the stretch goals.
Cool. Nice. Cool.
And then, yeah, we got the team, community, post my awesome pictures of me at conventions. We did New York Comic-Con, did all that cool stuff. Had a lot of fun, So a really good time, meeting always great people. That's how we met Andy, and it's been great. So
I'm guessing you're all set with conventions for the year.
Yeah, I did one a couple weeks ago in PA, and then that was it. So I'm back up in January. I'm doing nothing in February, and then depending on how these next couple weeks plan out, I'm really amping everything up in the end of March. So, and then the end of March, I'm going to like August.
What's in January?
There's WildCon, which is like at Wildwood, New Jersey. So it's only like a 2-hour drive for me. It's a one-day thing. Cool. And then the one that we did on Garden State Comic Fest, there's Garden State Winterfest in January. Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I figured you meant you were doing, because I know he does his winter one in January. So
yeah,
that's a different location, I think, right?
Wait, one more time.
Isn't his one in January at a different location?
Yeah, it's in like a farm.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah, it's like a farmer area, and then there's like this dome thing. It's kind of like, I don't even know what they used it for, but it's at a fairgrounds.
But it's heat. So, I mean, obviously it's heated inside.
Yeah. It's not like an actual like barn in there. Yeah, like it's actual like there's a facility for like conventions.
I did a convention one time, and I was flown out to it. It was I think it was in Ohio, and it was in the fall, so it wasn't heat of summer, but obviously it wasn't winter. It was, September probably, and it was at like this fairground type area, but the building that it was in, they had all tables set up, but each end of the building had like the 2 big bay doors that you can open up and stuff. And no, it wasn't heated or anything. That's why I was asking. So it wasn't bad. I mean, some people had coats, some people didn't, but overall I was kind of like, well, this is different.
Well, Garden State's at in the hockey
rink. Not anymore.
So. Oh, is it? It's moved.
No, I'm pretty sure it's in a bigger hockey rink.
No, it's not a hockey rink again, is it?
I'm pretty. Hey, we could double look it up, but I'm pretty sure it's just a bigger.
Oh, I don't know. I just know that he he put a post out some months ago saying, next year it's moving to blah, blah, blah. But
bigger area, which is good. Like I was on that other side once before, and I had to sit in the sauna for like 45 minutes after the convention. How cold my ankles were, dude.
Oh yeah, dude. No, I hear you. I mean, I always request, no, I don't want to be on that side. So, I don't know. I don't think it is, but
Yeah,
we'll
some
see.
of the guys were in there when I went, not this last year, but the year before, and we went in and visited them in the hockey rink, and I was like, whoa, you guys are all bundled up for a reason.
Yeah.
That was the one con I wish I did sweatshirts at, and there was another one like that too. I'm like, fuck, like I should have had sweatshirts.
I know.
Those all day.
I've only done one. I did one show, and it was in a hotel, believe it or not. But they had us. It was just weird. This was in Florida. So Florida, summertime, they always have the AC jacked. But they had us in like this hallway, leading up to like the they had us in a hallway leading up to the room where the dealers and stuff were. So, it was good from the standpoint of everybody had to walk by you, but it was just freezing in that hallway.
Well, you guys asked. So this year, 2025, will be in Cody Arena in West Orange, New Jersey, which is a big hockey rink. It's an ice hockey and ice skating arena in West Orange.
I bet. See if you can find a floor plan. I bet he's doing that one so everybody can be in one room.
Yeah, it's way better that way, and it's a bigger facility. And Dave's super cool who runs that event.
He's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm excited for it. But when you said the hockey rink, I knew it. I was like, I'm pretty sure it's just another hockey rink.
Oh yeah, it's big.
Yeah, I bet we all be in one room. So anyhow, in Tampa, I actually had to go out and get I just bought like a long sleeve shirt just because it was so freaking cold in the lobby of that hotel or the hallway. But now I just, I always take something because it's better.
I always bring a hoodie. Yeah.
So we were talking before the show. I was mentioning how I just discovered that because you like UFC and I was always more into wrestling, but I just discovered The Undertaker has a podcast. And so I haven't gone back to the beginning to start listening to it. So I'm just listening as, he does one episode a week. The weird thing is he always does it in two parts. And I'm like, and it's not like he drops the two parts. Like here's part one on Monday, part two Friday.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, they drop the same time. So after the first hour, he's like, that's the end of part one, part two coming right up. But I have to go through and click it to get it to play. And I'm like, why even separate it? Just keep it as 1-2 hour thing.
Yeah. Wants the new views.
I'm sure he does. Cause I know sometimes with Joe Rogan, it's got to be a guest I really, really want to hear because you see, I see a new Joe Rogan. I'm like 3 hours and 45 minutes. I don't have time for that.
Yeah. I usually have it on in the background, or I'm actually a sick person. And when I go to the gym, I actually listen to podcasts instead of music.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what I do too.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. And if you say that to people are like, you're insane. And I'm like, yeah, I did. I got they do the Spotify Wrapped or whatever the fuck it is. And where they tell you, it said I was like the top like 2% in the world of listening to podcasts. Cause that's all I do. I have to listen to something, right?
Dude, it's all I listen to these days. So he had on Stephen Amell, the guy that played Arrow.
Yep.
And they want to talk about the show Heels. And then, of course, they want to talk about, the time, I think it was in 2015 or 16 that Stephen Amell did a gimmick in the WWE with Cody. I think it was with Cody Rhodes.
Stardust, yeah.
Yeah. And it was cool hearing all that stuff. But it was funny because one of the things Undertaker brought up, actually Stephen Amell brought it up. And I tell you, it worked. There's a clip out there where it was during a house show. So if you don't know what a house show is to the audience, because I'm sure you do, a house show, wrestlers don't just work on the 2 nights you see them on TV. They work 5 out of 7.
Yeah.
And the other ones not on TV are house shows where they're not televised. Tickets are cheaper usually. And basically they work out it's a way for new guys to get in work, but it's also a way for, like, you know, let's say Undertaker and Brock Lesnar are going to be headlining a big show. Well, at the house shows, they'll get together just to work out kinks and see how they work together. And I guess there was a house show in Vienna, and it was a big tag team match with Undertaker, I think Randy Orton, Triple H. And this is like 15 years ago. And some other big name guys. And Undertaker was on the outside waiting to be tagged in, and he just started really working the ropes.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Stomping and shit. Yeah, I know the scene.
Dude, Steven said it was so bombastic. And then even Mark, the Undertaker, was like, oh yeah, he goes, and that's when he explained why at house shows, not that you go out of your way to break character, but he goes, definitely when I was doing that, it really wasn't the Undertaker's character, but he was also trying to teach, because he always looked at his role at house shows once he became, you know, the Undertaker, not the newbie, as being a teacher. And he was like, you know, this is my way to kind of teach, like, look, this is how you keep the enthusiasm up for the crowd and work the ring and blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, oh, I got to see this. So I went to YouTube, typed in Undertaker Vienna, boom, 2-minute clip comes up. Man, he was all up and down. I mean, totally, like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I actually knew that scene prior.
Yeah. And I love the behind the scenes stuff. I just find it so fascinating. You know,
the docu-series with Vince McMahon was pretty good.
Oh, dude, that's another one I told him he should watch.
He did. He just told me that too.
Even my wife, who hates when I watch wrestling, was watching it with me. Like, oh, this is good. Like, watching
dude, it is so behind the scenes. And the thing is, they were filming it, and during the filming is when Vince, I think they said he stepped down and all that because of those allegations and shit, right?
Yeah, nuts, yeah.
And it was
they just switched it on him. I saw he tried buying it, like it's like crazy. But at the same time, it was like I saw that they tried to make him seem that like that person, but like I saw a lot of people were like they have a lot more respect for him, even though he's a piece of shit, you know. So it's just like guy's a hustler. Guy's a hustler. You know, you can't knock that.
Dude, big time. I mean, dude, just the shit he was doing. Like, you know, I grew up in the 80s. You know, I've got you by at least 10, 15 years, I think.
Yeah.
So growing up in the 80s, I can remember when Vince was just the, you know, ring announcer dude, still working for his dad. And of course they covered that, but just kind of like how he kind of even went behind his dad's back and stuff. You know?
Yeah, it's like that could have been like I was a big fan of that show Succession on HBO. Like he's literally that person in that show, you know?
Yeah.
And that's really cool. And then I don't know if you saw that that I'm working with a wrestler on a book. I think I previously mentioned it prior, but I wasn't allowed to like give the information. But I posted about it. I don't think you saw it, right?
I don't think so.
Okay, so former wrestler, he goes by the name Enzo Amore. He was the tag team in Big Cass. How you doing? Like he's pretty popular. I got him on sign with my publishing company. We're doing a bunch of books together. Oh, nice.
So wait, what's his role?
We designed this character together. I'm going to show you this insane thing.
That's why I was questioning. Is he like so you're not doing like a bio book on this guy?
No. It's like
okay.
It's my first book that's going to be outside Project Naosis. Let me know when it's up.
Yeah, I got it. Let me get over to it here. Cool. Oh, yeah. So is this the sign up page? Oh, you got the sign up page going.
Yeah, we're rolling. We just started. We really didn't. We're gonna start shooting videos for it because he has like a whole studio and everything where he shoots all of his content. He goes by Real One now, Real, and then the number 1 on Instagram. He's pretty big following. And basically, I met him at New York Comic Con, and he liked Project Naosis a lot, and I was like, he wanted to like make a cameo in it, and I was like, let's talk about it. And then we just thought of our own idea, which is the Lethal Leopard. So basically he's going to transform into this thing, like kind of like how the Hulk goes, but it's in a different route, of course. And he's a giant Anubis. And for some reason he'll be trapped in the underworld and part of the book. And he's going to have to escape the underworld as this character. So it's going to be crazy. It's like Dragon Ball Z, next level stuff. And this is the same artist that's going to do the interiors on the book too. And we already have we already have like 8 pages done.
Who's your artist? What's his name? Give him a shout out.
Igor Texeria.
Okay.
He's done a lot of the concept art and all that stuff for like the Ripperverse. He did a cover with me too, and he did so good on the cover that I was like, hey, let's do something. And it just happened to work out. So like, and it's cool. It's going to look, the pages are insane. I have an Instagram for it. It's Lethal Leopard as well. And
cool.
We're posting some of the snippets in, but it's early stages, but I'm definitely going to release it around, I think February is when I'm going to release it, depending on how much promotion we do for it. But a big wrestling fan, so that was cool. Like, and I see that, and I like want to work with the people that do the conventions and stuff, because it's just like they're already there, you know. So it's cool. So
is he still wrestling then, or?
Yeah, he does a lot of independent stuff. He has a podcast, you know, insane. So I would say, you know, insane with the social media presence, and does a lot of house shows, and then figuring that stuff out. And yeah, super cool. Like same thing, super excited to dive into a book with him. And basically we just shot back and forth of like some ideas, and then we designed and created it together. And then of course I'm writing it, and then I'll have
Excellent.
Dude, that's really cool. That is really cool.
And that looks cool.
It's funny because like literally like whatever 15 years ago when he was on, or 10 years when he was like the cruiser, I was watching him all the time, and I was big fan. It's just funny how things work out.
So wait, was he, because I haven't watched professional wrestling since early 2000s. Was he a WWE guy, or was he some promotion below that? Or
2015, I think he was in WWE. He was their cruiserweight champ for a while, and then he was
oh, nice.
Yeah, he was tag teams with Big Cass. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude,
so
that's really cool.
Yeah. He's pretty popular, and he has a big cult following. So we'll see how that goes. I think it should do very well.
Yeah.
And the one we're doing now is very well too, as long as we're seeing improvement. And then I'm just trying to bounce some things forward, and try to make as much content as possible. I'm at least putting out 4 books at least next year. So,
oh, that's cool. You got that story we were talking about earlier?
I do.
So I didn't even know that it is very rare for Dennis to drop some comic book news on me, and for me to go, I haven't heard that.
Tell me.
But he did today. Let's see. There it is. Mark Miller says he's planning Marvel Comics return for a project that is way bigger than Civil War.
Now, you guys know we mainly focus in on indie comics and, crowdfunders and stuff like that. But, we got to stay in touch with the big two once in a while. And most of the stuff they've been putting out, I haven't been all that interested in, kind of stopped getting most of the Marvel DC books. But everybody likes Mark Miller or Mark Millar.
Yeah, supposedly it's Miller.
That's what I thought too. And I get corrected once in a while. So I'll say it both ways. But, Marvel's been talking to him about coming back. He says Marvel and DC has had both made an open offer to me years ago. And every year they check in with me and say, do you want to do something? I had an idea when I was in Dubai last year. This Superman story came to me, the beginning, the middle, the end, the whole thing. I mentioned it on Twitter a few days later. And anyway, he says, if you want, you can do it. Well, now it looks like Marvel has enticed him, because he said, I said to CB, I only want to do something at Marvel if I can make it bigger than Civil War, or else what's the point? I'm not going to come in and do an Iceman series or anything like that. I want to come in and do something that's going to be bigger than Civil War. And the thing that I have is way bigger than Civil War. And Civil War is the biggest selling graphic novel Marvel has ever had.
Oh, shit.
So interesting if they wind up bringing him back. And I will say, I really did enjoy Civil War. I wonder how many times we can say Civil War in 1 minute.
I mean, I like Mark's stuff. I get most of the stuff that he puts out.
Yep.
Nemesis, Superior.
That Nemesis Reloaded was great.
Yeah.
So I love his stuff, and I like Civil War. Ding. But it still, to me, really does come down to who draws it as well. I mean, it's got to be like if Marvel was like, okay, let's have Linnell Francis Yu do it, because right now we're only having him do covers, so he can't go anywhere else. So let's actually put him on some interiors. I'm like, Oh, you had me at Linnell Francis U.
Well, my gut feeling is if they're going to bring in Mark to create this huge story that probably traverses everything in the Marvel universe, he's going to say, I want particular artists, or I want something big, something good on this,
Oh, yeah.
So I can't see him. They have to be offering him the world in order, I think, for him to go
He posted
back.
it today. Mark Panika, he's an editor at Marvel. He said, "Big news coming from Marvel Comics within the next day. When I say big, you'll know what I mean." And Mark retweeted it saying "interesting" on it. So I guess tomorrow they're going to drop what he's doing.
It's funny too because I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see that tweet from Mark Panaccia. I totally forgot I didn't even think he still worked at Marvel. I worked with him at
Like
Marvel.
they need a solution because what everyone says is the biggest selling thing for them right now is the Ultimate stuff, and then of course the biggest selling thing for DC's Absolute. So like their main lines need that big push from actually someone that's gonna make something cool. I thought Blood Hunt was pretty cool. That was like their last event they had, but it like went to nowhere. It's like you had the 5 books. It was like the first little kind of like mini series I picked up from Marvel in a while, and then like it was done, and I was like, okay, like where do you go? And there was nowhere to go after, So it was
I didn't even get. I bought the first issue of that because I was very curious about the whole poly-bagged one. So I got it, and obviously I didn't get the other one, but you can find stuff online. So I compared the two, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And then but the story just didn't really do it for me, so I didn't get anything past
like
one.
instead of the slash, it was the stab or something, they did things like that. They're doing it with a lot, but that's why I thought of like clearly there's a market for people that just want, like, everyone's older that bought comics previously, so it needs to get more intense. If like I can go on a video game and like blow everything to smithereens, like we need that to happen more in comics. Like I don't need
Wolverine. So I am getting the Wolverine Revenge that Capullo's doing because once again,
like it.
You had me at Great Capullo, and I'm getting the polybag, more violent one.
Yeah,
and
Captain America sick, like it's sick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And see, I passed on all of that. I didn't pick up any of it. Well, DC announced Jim Lee's going to be doing the new volume of Hush, the next Hush 2. And so with that announcement, Marvel has to do something because they, one can't do something without the other. It's like yin and yang. So, I think that's why they're doing that.
So you're ready for the Hush thing? He's been working on it I saw for like 4 years.
Who, Jim?
Yeah, for this book. Like that's how long it's been taking. So
the
cover, they just did a variant cover for the Justice League. There's a preview of the Hush in the back. In the cover that he did, the exclusive, it says 2020 on it. They're using an image that he drew 5 years ago. It's crazy.
So Rich says, I'm late. I was out buying Andy's Christmas gift. Nothing for Dennis, though. Rich, 2 things. 1, not a problem. That's fine. Dennis doesn't deserve it. 2, put your money where your mouth is. Next time I see you, which I think is this Sunday. Rich and Dave's show, I expect a Christmas present.
And Rich, thanks to you, we're apparently going to Ollie's now tonight. So we'll see. Thanks, Rich. Just want to say thanks.
But back to Hush too. So I got that Justice League one that just came out because I do like Dan Morris stuff a lot.
He's awesome, yeah.
And it was good. And it had I think it was a 5-page preview or teaser for Hush. I'm a Jim Lee guy. Is this stuff, I still love his X-Men stuff the most.
Yeah.
But I'm still a Jim Lee guy. I like comics like that have style to it and stuff. So will I probably get the new Hush stuff? Most likely.
I might even be they might even get me to get back that one and depending on what Mark's going to do here, this could interest me into picking up something. Now,
they need to do something that's
every title, and I have to get all the X-Men and Iron Man and Hulk stuff. I don't know. I don't think I would be in for that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they just need to do something where it's like, okay, this is the book you need to get. Like, I feel like they go too crazy with like it was the same thing with X-Men. They did X-Men. Everyone's like, oh, X-Men's back because of the TV show. But then they had 37 spin-off books that no one's gonna pick up, like Phoenix and like all these cool characters, but like not needed for everyone needs a miniseries right now.
Right.
It's just like gouging you. It's like, oh, this is what you need to get in, and then they're just like,
And it would be different
you
if they were amazing. Back in the 80s and 90s, when they had all the different titles and stuff, they were all good books. I had no problem spending that. But the stuff today is garbage. And here's lots of garbage. And I'm like, nope, I'm out. My great local comic shop guy, he always puts in something if he sees a good Phoenix cover or something, and he keeps trying to entice me. And I might pick up a cover if it's a great cover, but I'll look through it and read it, and I'll be like, wow, yep, don't need this series, so I'm already done.
Oh, wait a second. That's hurtful. So I like Jim Lee's Hush. Go back 24 years when I heard he was going to DC. That was the biggest thing. It's like, oh my God, he's been a Marvel guy for so long, whatever. I got the Batman Hush, the first one. I liked it. I loved it when Superman showed up. I'm more Superman than Batman when it comes to which I'd rather read. So when he was done with Hush and they said he was doing this 12 issue, I think it was 12, Superman thing with Azzarello, I bought it. I liked Superman. I liked Jim Lee's Superman stuff a lot, actually. I liked, he was giving it, kind of like Hush, more lighting and deep shadows and stuff, which isn't usually known for Superman. I thought it was great. I still think that Superman stuff and the Hush stuff was great.
The Hush was better.
I don't know. I like Superman better, so I think it's just my bias that I like.
And Joe's
Superman
just saying that he thought Superman was disappointing. The same thing your wife says every weekend.
Well, yeah, because you and her have to go out on some type of date for some odd reason, and every week she comes back and she's like, "Why do I keep beating myself up and having Dennis go out and take me to dinner? It's so disappointing." And I'm like, I don't know what your problem is. Susie and I go out and have a great time.
Wow. You sure thought you twisted that one around.
I did twist around, no problem.
See, Torchman, Superman's story was disappointing, but the art was.
Well, if you're
I agree with you.
Well, if you're talking about the story, see, that's two different things.
No, it's not, because he's just saying. Joe's just saying Superman. He didn't say he was drawn bad, or he's just saying that Hush was better than Superman.
But we're literally talking about Jim Lee's art. So unless you qualify it like Torchbearer did,
Jim Lee doesn't draw anything bad.
Like I said, X-Men. Where's that book? Right here, Paul.
X-Men is.
Paul, I don't know if you have this, but
that's my favorite.
Nah.
Full screen this, Dennis.
All right.
Yeah, let me see. Nice.
This XXL Jim Lee. And it's not an artist edition. It collects what they consider some of his best stuff. No, dude, it is full color. It is not.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Colored.
Yeah, it is great. I did a whole flip through of it with it sitting on my lap. It was amazing. That book, if you're a Jim Lee fan, that is a must-have.
And just to give you an idea of what it's like compared to an artist edition, that's the Rocketeer Artist Edition. It is bigger than the original pages Jim Lee drew. So if you can still find this XXL and you're a fan of Jim's X-Men, then you got to get it.
And that's what it's called, Joe. X-Men, Jim Lee's X-Men XXL.
Yeah, that one looks sick. I'm definitely excited. I personally been picking up DC comic stuff a lot more recently, just because of the absolute things, and I like seeing different takes on.
All right, so what did you? So I got Absolute Batman, Absolute Superman. I had no interest in Absolute Wonder Woman.
I got it.
Unless you can change my mind, because I didn't read it, or obviously. But I only got the first issues of each one. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind when the trades come out or something, and read the first 5-issue story arc. I liked Absolute Batman more than Absolute Superman.
And I picked up the first 2 Absolute Batmans. I didn't like Superman, and Wonder Woman I was right out on.
So yeah, I picked up Wonder Woman. Cool concept, but I never bought Wonder Woman anyways. I'm not going to follow a Wonder Woman arc. That's just me. And then Superman, thought it was cool. It was different.
Yeah.
Possibly we'll go the trade route. Batman, Absolute Batman, I loved it. I thought it was so cool. There's like the skinny guy punching the bag, and the big thick boy comes through and just starts beating the shit out of everything. Chopping off arms, that's cool. Like, I need the next level. Because it's true, it's like they make the memes all the time about the video game. It's like when you're just trying to feed your family and Arkham Batman just starts beating the shit out of the guy, breaking all the bones in his body. It's like he should be chopping off some limbs here and there, you know? So I think it's cool. I'm definitely gonna pick up Absolute Batman every month, and it's definitely I get comic books for a lot of family members, and I usually get some single issues or number ones. I'm definitely throwing that Absolute Batman in there for some.
All right, I might have to go back and get 2 because I know only number 2 is
Two's Alfred. It's cool, and I like how they did.
You mean, or
they're doing it like how year 1 was, right? It's like, but instead it's like Alfred's notes. You know, it's like I liked it. You know, I thought it was different.
Yeah.
Whoa, check this out.
That's gone way up.
The Jim Lee 285 to holy shit. I will sell you mine for $250. Anybody watching?
And I definitely think it was good enough that more people are talking about, you know, DC Comics than ever before because of that book. I know the first one did 400,000. I think they said the fourth one's at like 150 still.
Wow.
You know, so it has some traction. I'm excited. I want it to do well. I do. I want to see more of it. I don't want to see like, you know, I know they're doing like 19 other spinoffs of Absolute. Like I can't. I can't do I would never buy a Martian Manhunter book anyways, you know? So like, and then you telling me there's a special Martian Manhunter. I don't even know the regular origin, let alone the special one. So, but Batman, I'm sticking with. I'm a big Batman fan. And I love the new 52 stuff that Scott Snyder did. So
Amish Ninja's asking about Green Lantern.
Well, he just said, I've heard Green Lantern's one of the better current. I bought like they're up to issue 18 now because the new one just came out this week. I think it was number 18. I think I got the first 3 or 4 and I bought it once again. I like the guy's artwork. I got to be honest though, there just wasn't enough Green Lantern in it. I even did a couple videos on the first couple issues where it was like,
wasn't it like the last page or something was when he put on his
no, the first issue out of, you know, a 20-page story, 22-page story or whatever it was. If I remember right, he was in costume on like 6 pages and I'm like, that's not why I'm buying Green Lantern.
Yeah, it was like
flip it. You put him in costume for 16 pages and Hal Jordan for 6, then I'm good.
The last book that did that to me, I bought. I was so excited. I was like, oh, they're going to do a Thanos book. It's like Thanos. I wanted to pick it up. I picked it up. Dude, he wasn't even in the fucking book. The whole first book, he wasn't in it. He came out at the last page. I was like, how do you get me?
That.
How do you get me? It was about like death as a waitress. I swear. It was the craziest shit I've ever read.
Oh, my God.
I was like, it's easy, you know? It's not easy, but it's like Thanos, make him kill people. That's it. Like, you know, I'm picking up every month, but no, they couldn't do that for me.
Well, I'm going back and reading like local store in town had a, you know, Black Friday sale.
Mm-hmm.
And I went there because basically all back issues are half off and discounts on trades and whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm picking up some Spider-Mans around issue in the 220s and 230s, which were from the early 80s. John Romita Jr.'s art when he was first doing Spider-Man. Man, I was reading those and I'm like, dude's in costume like throughout 85% of the book. It starts off where he's doing something cool. You know, there's some Peter Parker stuff, of course, because you need to have that backstory stuff with him and Aunt May and so on and so forth. And I'm just like, this is the shit right here. Why is it so hard? Why is it so, you know, well, I tell you, one, it's because it's like, oh, we're getting these writers that like to do short stories and stuff, and they're not really comic fans. And it's like, yeah, and they're writing like freaking more just life, a day in the life shit with the normal character. And it's like, I don't care about the day in the life of Peter Parker.
Yeah, if it's not like if they're out of costume and it's not something to drive the story forward, it makes no sense to me. Right. Especially for a comic book. Like for a sitcom, cool. Like whatever. You got to do what you got to do your budget. There's no budget in comic books. Just make something cool, dude. Right. Like meaning like scenery, you know? It's like,
check this out. Joe sent it over. Yep. You can buy it on Amazon for $2,378.
And it's acceptable condition.
I'd put that on eBay right now for $2,000 if I was you.
Yeah.
No, check eBay while we're doing this. Dennis is going to check eBay while we're chatting because now well, here's the thing. If I didn't like it so much, because I've done that with some stuff where I'm like, that book goes for that. It's collecting dust. It's out of here.
Yeah. I've been doing that recently with a lot of stuff. Like I get a lot of exclusives when I go to San Diego and New York. And at first I was getting them for myself, like every year I go when I'm exhibiting. Sure. Now I'm making a decent amount of money flipping all this shit. You know, it's like crazy. The one that kills me the most, I'll tell you, this one's the worst. So San Diego Comic-Con did Absolute Batman foil, right? Ashcan. There was only 500 pieces. Got it for $25. I got 2, then let me get 2. I sold them both for $150 each. I was like, wow, come up.
Oh, no
way. Ready? Watch this. 1 week later, after the Absolute Batman dropped and they said those numbers, it's going for over $1,000 now. I was like,
was it black and white on the inside, or was it full color?
Ashcan, not even words.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
Dude,
so
I saw one of my local store has one of those.
So this one was foil though, so it was actually the regular comic book size and foil. It was cool. I didn't even open it up because I didn't want to get spoiled. But those Ashcans are pretty cool. I like how they're doing that too recently. Like another company that's doing that too is Ghost Machine. They're doing a lot of Ashcans. I think it's cool.
Well, what DC's doing too is, and I was like, I would have waited a week, is it was like a week or two after Absolute Batman 1 came out, they put out the black and white version of it. And I was like, you're not getting me twice, but I'd rather have that black and white than the full color.
Yeah, I was that was during, I forgot what time. I think it was New York Comic-Con time when they released it. So I didn't go to my comic shop, and they went from $5 to $25. He's like, we should charge you $25 for this. I'm like, no, I pre-ordered this. Give me my fucking $5 book, bro. Like, I want to read Batman.
Wow.
I tell you another good one, and it really does pain me because, you know, it's separating the writer or the person from how they are. But Batman and Robin Year 1 just came out.
Love it.
And it's Mark Waid.
I love it.
Chris Samney's work is so good.
It's so good.
I waited and I got the black and white version of it. It is so good in black and white. It's like looking at Alex Toth. I mean, Chris Samney's work, I always enjoyed it. I got his Captain America run, thought that was great. But this Batman stuff is just another level. It
literally is Year 1. Like, it's the same vibe, and it's just like the colors are really nice, and like everything's on point. I said that too. I was telling a lot of people about that, and it's crazy that DC has so many Batman books that, like, I saw there's like 4 other ones that have good teams, but I'm not picking them up. It's like how many Batmans we have, and those. I think that one was pretty well put together too. And I'm a big Two-Face guy, so
yeah. No, that's a real. That's a real good one. So what did you see it on eBay?
I already popped it. You talked right through it.
Well, it's not that. We were talking.
No. You literally didn't take it. You didn't take an entire breath. So after about 8 minutes and 26 seconds, I just pulled it down. That's how that works.
See, Dennis, let me tell you.
So Art of Roy says hockey doesn't matter any time of year. Nothing is worth wasting 5 hours on to watch anything. Well, Art of Roy, I do have to tell you, I think we found something we can disagree with you on that.
I would never watch something for 5 hours sport-wise.
Oh no, not sport-wise, just anything in general.
Oh, I could watch WrestleMania for 5 hours.
No. Well, what I was going to say is, I can't remember. Do you have kids or no?
I do have a daughter, 3 years old.
Oh, 3. So you're going to go through this phase. This is what I have to do with Dennis. You and I are having a conversation. So the adults are talking. And then just like now, the adults are talking and he puts up an image without saying, excuse me, I'd like to talk now. He just butts right in.
No. See, you actually told me to pop it. So I literally popped it. I did what you asked.
Look on eBay,
but
I didn't say interrupt me.
How did it interrupt you? It was up there the entire time. You're always having a chat. And I popped it. You could have at any point said, oh, look, $285 to $400 because eyes work as much as your mouth does.
I heard people from the Midwest were supposed to be polite and nice.
Not when they're friends with you, because this is what we go through.
You're just a rude douchebag.
John Hamm,
Andy and Dennis arguing like an old married couple. It's true.
Good times. So back to Art of Roy.
And he makes me sleep in a wet spot.
Oh, dear God.
Anyway,
Art of Roy, if you've got 5 hours that you do want to try and find something to watch Landman. 5 episodes are out right now, and each one is just under an hour. It's like 45, 50 minutes.
Yeah.
And I am going to tell you how surprised I was at how good this was. Billy Bob Thornton is fantastic in this. Allie Larder is a wife. And it is a mixture of comedy, drama, intense, thrilling stuff. It has everything. It is a highly emotional, very well done show. This is kind of like the new age of Dallas, but without the great theme song.
Yeah, it's funny because like it's on Paramount Plus, and
Don't have it.
they do a show called Lioness with Zoe Saldana, and season 2 just wrapped, and that's high stakes. It's political. It's basically mercenaries, whatever, right? Really good show. And I kept seeing the previews for Landman, and I'm like, God, I really like the cast, but it's a show about basically oil drilling, whatever, Texas. Man, I watched the first episode and I was like, holy shit, Billy Bob's character is awesome. It's great.
To take a different turn, did you guys watch Creature Commandos?
I have not watched it yet. And
No, I'm just curious. Then I would have shot on it. A
Well, go
lot
ahead.
of people are telling me they don't like it. I personally thought it was okay. I didn't think it was any. I'm definitely gonna watch the next episode. It's an animated show. It's a half hour where I could see some DC shit.
Yeah, I know there's what they do. They dropped on premiere night. They dropped the first 2, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did there need to be all the sex scenes? Probably not. But excluding that, James Gunn's a freak with that shit. So guy posted them doing the sex scene on his Instagram, like how they do it. Like he's a psycho, that guy, bro.
Oh, I mean, I like the Creature Commandos, so I might give it a watch. See how it is.
Torchbearer, my wife and I are watching Tulsa King and the new Matlock. I am catching up to Tulsa King right now, and new Matlock. I was out as soon as I heard about it. He told me to watch the first episode because it's got a nice twist and changes it. Not what I thought at all. It is very entertaining. So both of them are good choices.
Well, see, with Matlock, it's almost like
What's that on?
Matlock's just CBS.
Okay.
And do you even know what Matlock is? Because you're a young guy. Okay, so Matlock was a TV show in the 80s, 90s, I think, with
Dick Van Dyke.
I wasn't born.
Andy Griffith.
Oh, Andy Griffith. Wrong one.
Andy Griffith.
Okay.
Wrong one guy.
And his name was Matlock, and he's a lawyer. So it was a procedural, every week, different law case, whatever.
My parents watched it all the time.
I never watched it, whatever. Well, they bring it back, and there is a twist, but it's been out for like 6-7 episodes now, so I'm going to blow it. But my point is, I think they should have marketed it this way, because he was turned off because he just thought, oh, Kathy Bates, Matlock,
gender bending, DEI.
They're literally just swapping the gender and rebooting the show. So the previews, ramping up to it, I was like, God, Kathy Bates is a great actress. I'm going to try and watch it. So I watched the first episode, and she is a lawyer. She goes to this firm, and you might think it's a spoiler, but it's really not, because it's really more in depth. But she goes to this firm. Obviously, if you look at Kathy Bates, she's a senior citizen. She basically needs to get a job. She tells them this at the firm. It's a big highfalutin New York firm, because, she used to be a lawyer, but now she's raising her grandson because her daughter passed away. She's single. Her husband left her, whatever. And yes, her name's Matlock, so they make jokes about it, which I was like, oh, that's interesting.
Just like the old TV show.
And then you find out at the end of the episode that she's very well off. She's still married. She is raising her grandson because her daughter died, but her daughter died because of this medication. And the firm that is employed by this company is the one that she went to work at, because she wants to expose them for why her daughter and other people suffered through this medication and stuff. So it's a total swerve, freaking swerve. And I was like, holy shit. So every episode, yes, there's a procedure, there's a case, But then there's had her doing the behind the scenes stuff of trying to get a password or whatever to dive in to try and expose this law firm and this company. So
Yeah,
it's good.
it is. It is surprisingly good. But anyway, Landman was a good one, and Lioness, what turned out to be a fairly solid season again this year. We did finish that. Joe's saying we need a new Knight Rider. Man, they tried that, and that didn't work so hot when they came out with that Mustang Knight Rider. So I don't know. I'm kind of a little leery. But we are taking maybe a bullet for you guys. Andy and I have had our tickets for a couple weeks. We are seeing Kraven the Hunter this Thursday. So our review will be Friday morning. You can check it out and see what we think of it.
Are you excited?
Don't know.
I'm
crossing fingers.
The first 8 minutes are on YouTube, and I did watch it. And I mean, it's only 8 minutes, but if that's literally the first 8 minutes, which they say it is, it starts off good. So fingers crossed.
I just thought Venom 3 was so fucking bad. I will, as you can see, I just defend everything, but the only thing I will never defend is Venom 3. That shit sucked.
Wow.
Well, you apparently didn't see Madam Web.
Oh. Yeah, we did.
Madam Web on Netflix, they changed it for Netflix that when he's talking sometimes, they dub over him talking and it's another person talking.
No way. Really?
Yeah, you have to see it. I thought I was like, wait, am I stoned right now? Looking at it, he's like, and it's like a different dialogue on top of the mouth.
Dude, we went to the theater to see it, and I will never watch it again.
So wait, are you saying it's the same actor? So same voice?
Dubbing over his own words because they reshot it or wanted to redo it again. So there's scenes, and I thought I was crazy. So I looked it up, and they dubbed over some scenes.
Now I got to watch it again just to see what they did.
When the other guy, the dude, the main villain, he like when he's talking to like the secretary, wherever the hell he is, sometimes he's talking and it's just not there. And at the end too, when he's fighting her, I'm pretty sure he's talking and it's just not together.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that movie. So we saw Venom 3, of course. We reviewed it, and our basic summary was, did you see 1 and 2? Did you walk out going, yeah, those were enjoyable? Okay, you'll feel that. I think you'll feel that way with 3.
If you liked 1 and 2, you probably liked 3. If you didn't like 1 and 2, you wouldn't. He
wasn't Venom the whole movie, and the subplot of the movie was him finding shoes.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. The whole time he's not Venom, and then the last second he turns into Venom. I don't know.
They want to get the symbiotes in there and all that bullshit and stuff. Which is weird because it's like...
Well, they're bringing out Null for that next movie, which is never going to happen.
Yeah, there's no way.
Dude, you have King of Black, which I enjoyed. It was actually one of the first omnibuses I ever got. And because I love Null, I thought it was such a great design. And that's a great story. And then they make it seem like he's in this movie. And the whole time it's like his third henchman is the main villain.
Yep.
That's what I told him. It was a freaking bait and switch.
It totally was.
You're watching the trailer and you're like, oh shit, we're going to see Null in this movie.
Like, I hate to be that guy, but it's, once again, I like saying it's not hard. It's like fight Null at the beginning, fight Null at the end. So that's it. That's all I needed.
That's it. Well, Madam Web was a bait and switch. Hey, Sydney Sweeney's in this. Oh.
No, and they show all the costumes, and it's a dream sequence.
Yes, exactly.
At the end of the movie, and you're just like, oh my God.
But they know, that's why I don't like it, because they know what's going to get people into theaters, but then decide, let's not give them when you get there. That's why I'm so scared now for the new Captain America, which I really do want to see because I love Red Hulk. But like, I just don't know. I just saw they reshot it again, and it's coming out in like a month.
We'll see it, but they're doing so many reshoots on it.
Yeah. That means there's people in a room that go, this isn't good. And it's probably the people that have never read a comic book before saying that.
I think they've probably done test screenings as well. I don't think it's just people.
Oh, no, they have. They have done many test screenings, and they keep redoing it because their reshoots aren't panning out very well. But again, they did that with Madam Web. So, hey, who knows what we'll get? I am not looking forward to it. We will see it, but.
Well, what about, and when I heard they were making it, and then it was funny, during the whole filming of it, you never really heard anything like with most movies you do, Thunderbolts.
Yeah, so that looks more promising than the other ones, my
Here's
opinion.
the reason I'm excited for Thunderbolts. And once again, there was no coverage of this movie being filmed that I saw. And then I find out Sentry's in it, and I love the fucking Sentry.
I do too.
And I'm
love
like,
Sentry, love Winter Soldier. I think he was the best. The one I always constantly rewatch is the Winter Soldier Captain America. I was just watching it today.
Best. Dude, that is hands down one of the best Marvel movies.
And that's 11 years ago. And then I saw, to piggyback on the MCU, and I think someone just put it, Chris Evans got signed for the new Avengers movie. Yeah.
But they're not saying they're not saying is who, because it's not, there's no way it's Cap.
I think he needs to come in and die. They need to kill him. You need to kill him. If Tony Stark kills him, that makes him Dr. Doom kills him. I think that's
Dr. Doom.
Unless they do this, which is they bring him back as Hydra Cap.
Yeah, but then at the same time, I feel like if they did do that, it's now like, okay, so the whole team is just going to be the variants of them, and I can't do the variants too much. You know what I mean? Like I'm maxed out on the variants right now.
No, I hear you. I mean, that's the thing. Like
Dr. Doom's great. That's cool. I'll take it. Robert Downey Jr. is fucking awesome. But now Chris Evans
is it. So I think that at the end of Fantastic Four, because that movie does take place in the 60s.
Yeah.
After credit scene, or maybe not, maybe during an after credit scene is Doom's reveal. But I think that the Doom reveal will be something like the Thanos reveal was at Avengers. Something simple, just like that. But I also think that somehow, because it's the Fantastic Four, they go through something to time jump to basically present day. Because you can't just put them in present day from the 60s. Because
I think it's a pocket. It's another. So that universe is like a futuristic 60s that they're in right now.
Okay.
So it's another. It's not 616. It would be whatever 618 or 619.
But the point is, at the end of the movie, somehow they get pushed to ours or the MCU.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool if Doctor Doom just eliminates that whole planet or something. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah. But that's how they got to do it, because they got to I'm assuming the whole point of Marvel Studios doing a Fantastic Four is to get them over, bring them in with everybody else.
Otherwise,
and the tiny girl from Ozark is Silver Surfer.
Oh, I know. Don't again. My enthusiasm went, and I love her as an actress.
Yeah,
Ozarks was fantastic. She was the heart and soul of that. Her and Jason Bateman, but. Honestly, when
she's
I
like
heard
what,
that,
4'8",
and I'm just like, I just know.
Dude, now she's in
Pedro Pascal. She's gonna like reach up to choke him. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, and now she's in Wolf, or whatever it's called, Werewolf.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love Pedro Pascal in a lot of things. Not Reed Richards. There is nothing.
It's the mustache. If he didn't have the mustache,
they have to go really big. So they're doing it. So I was at San Diego Comic-Con this year, and they had this giant light show. I posted some of the pictures of like this drone show for Deadpool and Wolverine. They did this whole big experience, and I'm assuming they're going to do that every year now. So Fantastic Four is the new thing they're doing that with. So I don't think they can't fuck this one up, man. Because Deadpool and Wolverine, did so good, and if not, it's just like, what's the point,
Well, I tell you one thing: if any movie comes out and just doesn't even do at least half or more of Deadpool Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds can just sit there and go, "I can write my own check. Yeah, I can write my own check."
Well, I saw, and this might not be true, that supposedly now, because of how good Deadpool did, that the Blade movie is going to be a multiverse Blade movie with Wesley Snipes in it.
Yeah, that would be good. Hey, Leg Kicks, you guys play video games? No, not really.
No, not really.
Yes.
I'm still haven't finished Baldur's Gate 3. I just don't have a lot of time for video games. So one day that may happen. Amish Ninja. Yep, female Silver Surfer, Pedro Pascal. I'm out. Yeah.
And let's be real. For the female Silver Surfer, yeah, she's a tiny girl. It's just going to be her face. They can't make her that small.
True. That could make sense, but that's a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's why these budgets are insane. It's like, dude, just do like when you see they do the on Disney Plus, they show you like how they make the films. They did it with Deadpool. It's like sometimes they're not even in outfits. Sometimes they're just like they just CGI the whole thing. It's like just make the suit, dude. It's crazy.
Oh yeah. Which was good. I don't know if you've watched it, but on Disney Plus, there is an hour-long behind-the-scenes Deadpool Wolverine. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, I have not watched.
Have you watched that?
Of course, yeah. Anytime I could see how they make these things, it gets me going because I can't always have like whatever Star Wars in the background or Avengers in the back. Like I need something that's like teaching me at least something, you know?
Dude, I love that behind-the-scenes stuff and just the amount of practical stuff they made for that movie.
Yeah.
For Deadpool Wolverine, I was like, holy crap.
And he gets it, he's wearing the tight mask, he's doing the full thing. Like only some scenes they had the thing. Otherwise, they're doing like these crazy scenes, and that's truly how it has to be done. Like, I'm happy at least with like the technology for Mandalorian, they make sets now. But like what they did in Infinity War should never be done again, where it's just like they're in a blue room the whole time. Is crazy.
I know. All right, dude, let's do a refresh on your campaign.
Pop it back up.
See if we got some stuff, and then we'll look at a little Kor-Drath, and then there you go.
Okay, let me pull it back up. Hold on,
Admiral. I'm finally getting to the end of my first BG3. Yeah, you're still ahead of me. My buddy wanted me to play through, but his ADHD makes it so annoying. Plus, it is Divinity 2 worrying B. Yeah, it is. It very much is.
A good quick game that just came out, Marvel Rivals. The game matches aren't that long; they're like 15 minutes max, and you can play a good game.
What's it on?
It's free. It's on everything, and it's like Overwatch and Fortnite for Marvel.
Is it a phone app too, or
no, real console
PC game basically?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but it's free, so. Cool.
It's free, and it's like you can play as Punisher. It's like the Japanese versions of them, kind of, because it's made from those developers. Nice. So yeah, Project Naosis. Are we live? Am I up?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Project Naosis episode 5. We got 2 new backers. Awesome. Extremely grateful. We're at 3,689. You know, once again, guys, easy buy-in. $5 you get a digital. $10 you get a single issue. All my books are super high quality. You're guaranteed these books. And, you know, we're having a lot of fun with this, and we're going for tons of more issues. So you're backing somebody that is putting in the grind.
Yeah, love to hear it.
And I backed them. I've got them all so far, and the print quality is very nice. Overall quality, writing, art, it's really top notch. So definitely go check that stuff out. And of course, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Kor-Drath, The Awakening. I have 2 pages to draw. And then the black and white interior art is done. My colorist is, he's actually trying to think. He's 10 or 15 behind me, but, you know, it doesn't take him as long as it takes me. So, yeah, dude, it is moving along. It is moving along nicely. 64 pages, guys, ball-busting, barbarian action. You can get the catch-up tier for $50. Brand new Budroot cover on that one for the Reckoning, and then the main cover for Kor-Drath, The Awakening. Where's the little God? I hate this thing. It's either down the side, now it's across the top. Get yourself the game module. It's the second one. All these things are available as add-ons as well. We've got a digital edition of Kor-Drath, The Awakening. I think there's a digital edition of The Reckoning as a add-on. 24x16 Budroot poster featuring Adriana and Lilneth. There's also a 2 feet by 3 feet version of that poster. And in all the various covers, you were like Burger King. You have it your way. Pick and choose what you want. Kor-Drath original t-shirt is back. You can get that. Various sizes. The new Adriana shirt featuring Budroot's art. Get that one as well. CGC signed or CBCS signed and graded copies. Get yourself a head sketch, character of your choice, and the big box. We actually placed the orders for the collector boxes, and they should be arriving before the new year. It actually looks like the week of Christmas. Those boxes will be arriving.
Wouldn't that be something?
I know. So the order has been placed for the big boxes. That comes with everything. Rini Strakowski did a cover, The black and white version of her cover is only available in the box.
Read the note.
Let's get a Kor-Drath beanie. Is that perk not live? I can make it live. So we just
we did have that was from the first campaign. We did have a Kor-Drath beanie on the first one.
Here, I'll do this. You ask, I'll do it. Let's just see what, because it takes all of 2 seconds to make it visible. But no.
And while you're doing that, Randy pops it. Buy Kor-Drath, A Christmas Miracle, the children's book, plus other merch. Yes, you could get the blankets, the posters. We got lots of other merch and stuff that's on there. You could get your own beer mug, all on the Kor-Drath.com. And then we have everything listed right there. Yeah, see? I bought a beanie on the first campaign. Yeah, it's that time of year. For you guys that wear hats and beanies, it's time.
That's right. And let me see. Let's pull this back up, see if that worked. If you want a beanie, it should. Oh my God, it's across the top. It drives me crazy. It's not supposed to be across the top. I did save it, so it didn't show. All right, well, I'll have to do it, but it'll be there. Let me hit refresh. Maybe that's why. There it is, Kor-Drath beanie.
Look at that, just like a snap of the fingers, like Thanos.
Boom, it's right there. And the nice thing about the beanies are we still have some from the first campaign. So there you go. So you can go get that. Lots of fun stuff. The minifigure, Kor-Drath minifigure for the role players. Lots of great stuff. Oh, that's it. Added some more preview pages. If you look on the right, there's a page of a younger Kor-Drath and a younger Adriana. Is it their first meeting? No, but it's an early encounter between Kor-Drath and Adriana. Or is it? Well, it's definitely a flashback. And then more fighting and stuff. So go check it out. How many pages we got up? 2, 4, 6, 8 pages up to look at.
We need a tank top. Trust me, if I could get it where I wouldn't have to cut sleeves off, I would get a sleeveless version of it. So, you know, we're always looking. So you never know if they offer those shirts, we'd be in on that.
Boobs is right. Boobs galore. I'm sitting next to a big boob. Black and white edition. There's the game module. Heading towards 60 grand. And once we get there, stupid thing resets. Come on, don't do it. Don't you reset. Once we get to 60, we will unlock the Bart Sears, Dan Lawless stretch goal of the print of the cover to the game module. Let's go check it out. People that like art, we've got Kor-Drath, the layouts. I'm scanning in all my pencil layouts so you can see them before I ink them. And there's the big boxes that come with so much good stuff. So, guys, go check out Kor-Drath.
And, guys, one of the things that I do is we've got almost 250 of you on right now. I will leave the links down below. So for those of you that are wind up not watching this live, when it does get up on Rumble, the links will be down below. YouTube links down below. So Project Naosis.
Wow, right? You said it wrong.
Naosis.
Project Naosis, yep.
Naosis. See, listen to him.
Wow, just
I'll pronounce
for
it
me
for
the Grand Bouche.
We'll get there.
Yeah. So anyway,
it took Dennis a while to finally pronounce Andy right. So
I keep saying moron, moron, and it was
All right, guys. So tomorrow night we're seeing Craven. You'll get the review first thing Friday morning on our channels. If you're watching on Twitter, all the campaign links are below. Thank you to Randy for that. And we'll be back next Wednesday. Belmont Press pencils down, talking about his campaign. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Go watch the Graybeards. Heck yeah, let's get it to 60K. I still want to get to 6 figures like the first campaign. That's the big goal. And there you go. Everybody have a great week, great weekend. We'll talk to you guys later.
Live long and prosper.
That's right. Say bye, Paul. Come on, be nice to the people.
Bye, everyone.
Did I not say bye, Paul? Not bye, everyone. What's with these guests?
You want to